Hello and welcome to video number 2 on manifesting and law of attraction. I am hoping that you have watched video number 1 and you have started to implement some of those things that I talked about changing your thoughts, changing your perspective to really help to get more of those good feeling thoughts and emotions, feel them more rather than going and dropping into the lower vibrations of fear or worry or anxiety and all of that. So I'm hoping that you started to be a bit more aware of what you are thinking, how you are feeling throughout the day. I am hoping that you have realised that you can control the way you feel at any point just by shifting your attention on what you are focusing on. I'm hoping that you've realised that you can change your perspective. So if something that you would have usually thought, oh no, something's happened that's bad, that you can shift your perception to realise that actually that's a good thing, and these are the reasons why that's a good thing as well, to help you to feel better. And I am hoping that you have started to realise that the first thing you can do on a morning when you wake up is smile and find something to feel good about, and then when you do that you just feel good, and then you find something else to feel good about, and something else and something else and something else, and then your day is generally a really good day. And if you are struggling, first thing on a morning to find something to feel good about, all I would say is focus on your body. I mean, just think about your body. Think about the fact that you've got eyes and you can see. Like, your eyes take in signals of light and send them to your brain to tell you that there's trees in front of you and leaves and grass and your children and whatever else is around you. How on earth does that happen? How on earth does sound happen? How can you hear me talk right now through your phone? It's like incredible. Our human bodies are amazing. The fact that your heart has been beating all night long without you having to think about it, you just trust it and it's still beating and you are still here and you are still alive today. It's incredible. So that's just one thing that you can focus on a morning, just to really help you to think, yeah, I am really appreciative, of this body. Well, I can, if I have an accident and I get a scrape or a scratch or a cut on me, that the body knows how to fix itself. Like, self-repair. It's like, anyway, that's just one thing that you can, focus on to help you to feel gratitude and appreciation first thing in the morning. So now I'm going to talk to you about how to channel that energy to help you to manifest something that you really want in your life. Now, let's take the example of a pile of money, because who doesn't want more money in their life right now? So when we are talking about something like a pile of money, the problem or the potential problem that you might have is because you have thought, or you have been conditioned so much through your life to believe that making money is hard work, or making money can be hard work. Okay, a lot of us have had parents that have struggled for money. They've worked long hours in stressful jobs, always having the belief that making money is hard to come by. Money is scarce, money doesn't grow on trees. I mean, how many of us have heard that story a gazillion times over? So having these thoughts instilled into us so long become really strong beliefs in our subconscious. And when you've got such a strong belief in your subconscious about something, it can be really difficult to manifest it, because it's like you are putting up that block. If I said to you right now, you're going to manifest £1,000 by the end of the week, straight away your mind will be like, well, how's that going to work? Where's that going to come from? How's that going to happen? That's impossible. Don't talk rubbish. And all of those little thoughts and all of those little voices that come up are exactly the ones that you need to work through first before this can manifest into your world. Now, you can absolutely do this by being mindful of those, and then there's loads of different ways that you can do it. Have a look at money mindset coaches, have a look at money beliefs, think about your relationship with money. Absolutely loads of things you can do, and we're going to go on to more of that in the next video, so I can help you with that. But I just want you to be aware of some of these blocks that you might have. Exactly the same if you want a Ferrari, you'll have all these voices like, well, how's that going to happen? it costs far too much. I can't afford that. I don't have any means to actually pay for that. So you put these blocks up to say to the universe, I don't believe it's going to happen. So it doesn't happen. And especially wanted to talk to you about money as well, because in today's world, you know, there is so much stress about money, lack of money, bills going up, cost of living, the financial system. You know, there's gonna be a crash, like imminently, possibly this week. You'll see people not being able to get the money out of the banks and all of this stuff. Now, all of that is external to you, okay? You can choose to focus on those things, and you can choose to fear lack. You can choose to worry about money. You can choose to worry about paying your mortgage. Or you can choose to put your attention somewhere else and feel abundant inside you, okay? Now, what's going on in the world at the moment, there is a much bigger picture. You are not being told the whole truth of what's going to happen over the next few months. You will get to the truth. There will be massive public disclosures of what has been going on in the world over the past 50, 100 years, however long. But just in the short term, it might appear scary. But what I'm saying is, just remember all that is external to you, and your power lies within you. You can choose where to put your emotions. You can choose where to put your thoughts. And it might, you know, you might have a week where you might see people panicking about getting money out of the banks, fearing that they've lost all the money and things like that. But please try and not fear, because there is such a bigger, amazing future that we are stepping into. We've literally been enslaved as humans for a very, very long time, but that's all over very, very soon, and that will all come out. So just be really, really mindful of where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your focus. Your power is within you, so make sure you keep your vibration really high. Trust and know, go within, do some meditations, get that really good feeling. Any feelings up here in your chest are good feelings. Anything that comes down here, just release it. Change your energy, change your attention, and just believe that miracles can happen, because they absolutely can. I'm going to tell you a quick story just to back up what I'm saying here, because you probably think she's off her head. Yes, I am off my head, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. So when I first started looking into law of attraction, it was quite mind-blowing. When you put it all together, it's like, what? This is absolutely crazy. Why on earth are we all rushing out, working long hours, when you can just, you know, train your thoughts and emotions to bring you what you want in the world? And I, you know, obviously money is the one big thing that everybody seems to want. And I had all of these money beliefs around me. I had the lack. I had the parents that couldn't afford anything. I never had the nice trainers and things like that when I went to school as a kid. You know, a holiday for me was a week in Bridlington, which was 2 buses away. And for me, that was like the other side of the world. It was the most amazing thing, because we literally grew up, you know, not having all the nice things that other children might have had. So I always had this really, really instilled belief that making money was hard, it was hard work, lack, can't afford this, can't afford that, can't afford the other. Anyway, one year, it was January. I'd paid all of my bills out. So my husband and I, we keep our finances nice and separately. He pays for like a bunch of stuff, I pay for another bunch of stuff, and it's just how we've always worked. It's just nice and easy that way. So I'd said goodbye to a lot of my VA clients, because that was my old business, and it was a massive risk for me to do that. I literally stepped out in massive faith that the universe would look after me, that this law of attraction would work, and the universe would look after me. So I'd got all of my invoices paid by the beginning of January. I'd paid out loads of payments, you know, for subscriptions, kids, all sorts of stuff for the kids. I'd had about £60 left, and this was right at the beginning of January. So I was like, oh no, I need to cover the food for the whole month. And I'd not actually spoken to my husband about what I'd just done, because he'd said to me, don't get rid of those clients, you need them, you know, you're being really irresponsible, and that whole I told you so thing would come up, which I did not want to happen. So I was thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? And I could have easily fallen into that lack, fear, worry, all of those emotions, and I thought, no, right, this is my time now to work this law of attraction, to get manifesting and really put it to the test, right? I'd already done a lot of the money mindset work. I'd released a lot of the blocks. I'd released a lot of beliefs about money, and every single time I thought about money, I totally twisted it to feel abundant. Now, anyone with kids know that kids are always asking you for money. My two were not dissimilar. My two were doing exactly the same. Mum, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? And I literally just said to them, listen, give me a week. Please don't ask me for another thing. Just don't ask me for another thing. The reason was, every time they asked me for something, instantly my head's like, lack. I can't afford that. Every time that pinged into my head, I knew I was putting a block up there to the universe to say, lack. I'm thinking about lack, therefore give me more lack. Right? So I told them not to ask me for anything. I made sure I had the food for the week that I needed. Anything that came through the door I didn't open, because I didn't want to see anything that made me think about lack, or, oh no, there's a bill there that I haven't paid, or do you know what I mean? So I just really protected myself for a week, and I thought, a week, I'm gonna do this within a week. And I just remember the weekend we was taking the girls to a football match. We're driving in the car, and I just remember looking at the trees and just looking at the abundance of leaves. I don't know what trees there were. It was January, so there must have been whatever trees have got leaves on all year round. And I just remember thinking about abundance. I was looking at the grass when they were playing football, like, wow, look at all the blades of grass. It's so abundant. And I was just, everything I was thinking, I just felt abundance. So many times through the day as well, I just reminded myself to think 1 minute feeling abundant. I had this thing in my head, like £6,000. Imagine £6,000 in my bank, like in my bank, ready to spend, not in my savings or anything, but just there ready to spend on anything I want. And I just had this figure, and I just kept imagining my bank account and how good it felt, just knowing I could just go and buy anything that I want, and there's no worry about not being able to afford it. And I held that feeling for a minute, as often as I could through the day. Now, I can't remember what else I did. That's all I did. And then it just, miracles started happening on Tuesday. Like, I did not know where this money was going to come from. I didn't even think about where this money was going to come from. All I did was concentrate on the feeling of knowing that I've got loads and loads and loads of money. And feeling good. I was dancing around the kitchen. I was acting like an absolute tit at home. The kids just think I'm off my head anyway. My husband's totally cool with that as well. But music were on. I'm just really, really in a good feeling place. And then what happened? I woke up one morning and a completely random person had applied through my website to work with me one-to-one, which is my high ticket offer, which was £2,000 sale. So I booked her in for a call. Straight away she said yes. Straight away she wanted to sign up and pay in full at the end of the month. She paid a deposit for me. By the end of the month she paid in full. Okay. The second person messaged me through, again, this one was an Instagram message. I think the conversation started on the Tuesday night. She'd booked in for a call again for the same offer, my one-to-one offer. And by the Friday, she'd paid in full. And was it the Friday? It was either the Friday or the following Monday. She'd paid in full. And then the third one, a lady I used to work with. This is how random it is. Somebody I used to work with way before the kids were even born. Her sister was thinking about changing her direction in her business. And she'd mentioned me to her. So I'd gone for a walk and I started getting these Facebook Messenger messages. Like, this is random. I've never really... I actually did speak to this girl. It might be 15 years ago. It was a long time ago. And she wanted to work with me. We jumped on a call straight away. She was like, yep, no problem at all. Again, signed up and paid in full. So within a week, my whole life, like, not whole life transformed. My whole life didn't transform, but my whole money situation, like, literally transformed. I have no idea how that even happened. I didn't physically do anything different to what I normally would do. The universe just like went, there you go, there's the sister of somebody, there you go, that one's through Instagram, there you go, that one's in your inbox when you woke up one morning. It was literal miracles. It was really, really, really strange. Now, if I rewind where I was feeling the lack, if I was thinking, £6,000, where am I going to make £6,000? My brain would be thinking, well, I'm not going to get clients. What I need to do is I need to do loads of marketing to get clients, or I need to think about how I'm going to find this money. I wasn't thinking about that, because you can't think about how when you're manifesting. All you need to know is what you want and how it is going to feel when you get it. all of the practicalities of where it's going to come from. You don't need to know any of that. The universe literally delivers in the most random and weirdest ways. If I'd have thought, I want 3 clients to get this money, I'd have put blocks up there, because I'd have thought that's impossible. How am I going to get 3 high ticket clients in the space of a week? I wouldn't have believed it. I would nowhere have believed that, especially in January. It's like the worst time ever. Who wants to be paying $2,000 out for coaching courses in January? So it was literally a miracle. So what I'm saying to you, oh, and by the way, at the time, that was my biggest financial month. I think I'd come away and like $8,000 in the month, generated $8,000 in sales in the month. Like, what? In 1 month? Me, who only works like whenever I feel like working? It's just amazing. So that's how, when I say to you, don't look at anything external. You know, if you see banks going into liquidation, insurance companies crumbling, and all of this other stuff going on, forget all of that. Just focus on the way you feel. Put your attention on good stuff, and the universe will literally deliver to you the things that you need during that time, and you'll be amazed at what can happen. So again, I'll talk to you about money beliefs, money mindset, how you can turn the way you think to try and stop those blocks that you might have around money. But for this week, or for this session, or for this part, one bit of homework that you could do to try and help you to get into the motion of manifesting stuff, I'd like you to think about something that you don't have any attachment to right now to manifest. So for example, just think about maybe seeing a butterfly or a button or a penny or something that you just think, a feather, you know, something that you don't have any blocks around, or you don't think, oh, that's impossible, or that's not going to happen. And just spend a minute, like, think about it, put all of your attention onto this thing for a minute, a penny, a shell, a feather, whatever it is, something that, you know, can just show up. Put all of your attention onto that one thing and just imagine it, picture it, see it, feel it. Just take a minute and just get that really, really strong feeling of that thing in your mind, and then forget it, totally forget it. And then just be aware over this next week, just open your eyes and just see where you see that coming up, and just notice it, because you might just notice a whole pathway full of feathers in front of you. And at first you might think, oh, that's a coincidence, but then when you do this again and again and again and again, you'll think, actually, that crazy Laura, she might be onto something here. And then just think of something like, I don't know, really random, that you're a bit less likely. I'm looking around and I'm just picking up twigs. Think of something that you're a bit less likely to see, and watch that show up in your experience as well. So that's your homework. The next part I am going to do, I am going to talk to you a little bit more about all those beliefs and how you can work through beliefs and sort of undo some of the programming that we have been like forced on us all of these years. Have a great day, everyone. Love you lots.